Alright, what is up my friends? Welcome. We're playing some Modern today. We're playing the hot new deck in Modern that I'm testing out for my buddy Jay. I believe Jay is going to play this deck in Baltimore in the team event in our Modern seat. Definitely up Jay's alley. For those who don't know, my buddy Jay was my Pro Tour travel buddy from back in the day. He's super washed now. But he was insanely good back in the day, a lot better than I was. And so looking for a deck for him. His deck looks pretty sweet. Jay loves Thoughtseize. And what is this deck? Well, this is basically sort of like the Orzhov or whatever grief deck that was around when Modern Horizons first came out. Idea being to ephemerate or blink the grief, but playing Rakdos instead of playing ephemerate, using cards like Undying Malice, which returns a creature, tap, plus a counter on it, or Malakir Rebirth, to return either the grief or the fury. And you can get that turn 1 Griefage, turn 2 Furyage, pretty powerful. And just built around a pretty, kind of standard red-black mid-range shell. Of course, Ragavan, Dauthi Voidwalker, Seasoned Pyromancer, a lot of the usual cards you expect to see. Terminate, Kroxa, Thoughtseize, you get the idea. A couple Blood Moons here. Of course, Blood Moon, nice little back-breaking card against the 4-color decks. And you get the idea. Sideboard, for the most part, is what you'd expect. So, basically, just mid-range, add a bunch of Modern Horizons cards, and call it a day. That's the deck. So let's play some games, see how it goes, and remember that we're brought to you by
Cool Stuff Inc. is proud to sponsor Jim Davis. We offer great deals on card games, tabletop RPGs, board games, and more. Get a free token featuring Jim Davis and take 5% off your next order if you use the code JIM5 at checkout. CoolStuffInc.com. Cool stuff in stock.
Alright, let's roll round 1. And look at our hand. There's so many Furies. Alright, so we are on the play. We have a Ragavan. Or to keep. Easy game. Do you want to grief them before playing Ragavan? It's kind of like not really playing grief exactly as we want to play it. Definitely interesting. But trying to ensure Ragavan gets through is pretty sweet. It's pretty aggressive, but I think I want to do it. We're going to play Grief the way the card was intended to be played, which is kind of bullshit. But whatever. So sure. Let's pitch Kroxa and Grief them. Take a look. And we see Asmo, Cookbook, Unearth, Swamp Saga, Watery Grave. So don't want to take the Asmo, because they'll obviously just unearth it. So I guess we'll take the Underworld Cookbook and leave them with essentially garbage. Hope they don't draw a, what's it called? It's the Street Wraith. Pop in here and fetch ourselves. We'll get a Blood Crypt. We have the black card in our deck, so do that, do this, and just say go. Turn 1 Monkey. Expensive Monkey. Not a lot going on here. They have the Asmo, but no way to cast it. We see Watery Grave, tapped. Love it. Love it. Ragavan, do your thing, buddy. Ooh, Blood Moon? Ooh, Blood Moon? Don't mind if I do. About that, here's your Ragavan. There's your treasure. And an Oval Chase Daredevil? No thank you. I'll just cast Blood Moon. Then we're going to game 2 here, folks. You're up. Nice mountain. Nice nothings. So we just double Thoughtseize the 2 Sagas out of their hand, too. There's your Swamp. Sagas are completely dead. Don't even tap for mana. And we draw a Lightning Bolt. Ragavan going in for our 3rd hit. Ship it. It is a Academy Manufacturer. If you would create a clue, food, or treasure, instead create 1 of each. I like that. That's pretty fun. This is a Time Sieve deck. And now whenever Ragavan hits, we get 3 tokens. This is a great time. Alright, Cycle Unearth. Which is honestly a little aggressive, because if they had just drawn a land, they could have cycled Unearth and then cast Asmo. But we'll see. We'll see what happens. There's your Mountain. Also draw another Unearth, which is possible. Alright, Cycle Unearth. Cast Asmo. We bolt the Asmo, and they concede. So you go get your thingy, do your thing. This is fun. This is really fun. I like this a lot. Ragavan Academy Manufacturer. Come on down. Bolt ya. Get out of here. Attack. Make a treasure, a clue, and a food. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Let's go. All right, we hit a Hallowed Fountain. Sure. Let's crack the clue. Try and draw land. We did. And no Ragavan here. We're just going to go. They're at 13. Ragavan just doing the whole solo. Doing the whole solo show here. Going Phil Collins on us. No? No? Fine.
Still a piece of garbage.
They're going to discard a Daredevil, make a food. Sure. That's annoying. Do they have another Asmo Muzmazmazma? Asmorano Mardic Astic into Caducular. They do. Alright. This means they can get a food and kill Ragavan, probably. So get another book. Play the book. And now they can discard a Saga, make a food, and then kill one of these. Alright. Do a Daredevil thing, yada, yada, yada. And that means that we are going to have to what? We're going to have to untap and draw. And see what we draw. Decide what we're going to do. We draw Delta. So we're 1 mana off just hard casting Fury. So I really don't want to just like pitch Fury on Fury. I don't want to pitch Ragavan either though, because they're just going to kill the Ragavan in response to whatever I do. This is an interesting conundrum here. I really don't want to lose my other Fury, and they're gonna be able to make two. We have to kill this turn though, because they're just gonna be able to machine gun down a creature every turn. Maybe. This is tough. This is a tough choice. I think we could like just attack with the manufacturer. We could Fury pitch Ragavan or Fury pitch Fury. If Fury pitch Fury, they kill Ragavan. I guess then we dash the Ragavan, which is pretty good. And we get in for another hit. Yeah, that's pretty good. I'm just gonna do that. All right, sure. We'll go for Fury pitch Fury. We'll kill the Asmo. They'll kill the Ragavan. We'll dash Ragavan and just like get our clues and stuff too. So here's Fury. Kill that. No Undyings here, unfortunately. All right, deal 6 to that. Then deal that. Then deal that. Then deal that. Be our guest. Dash ya. Blast ya. Coming in. Monkey. Treasure. We hit a Ledger Shredder. Is that a card I want to cast? I think it is. Let's actually, yeah, let's cast that bad boy. Shredder. And Segyo. Dash back to hand, no problem. And now you get 2 spells for Shredder, possibly. We draw a spell next turn. We have a clue also. I do freaking love clues. Oh boy. Do love clues. They're going to play their own manufacturer. Alright. And that's pretty good, I guess. They're just going to make a shitload of things. Alright. Yeah. That's a lot of material. That's a lot of material for sure. They're at 10? They're making more mana. No. 4 cards in hand, 2 of which are Oval Chase Daredevil. Unearth Asmo. Okay, I get to shred. Discard a land. I think we're going to lose. Despite our unbelievably good start. Their deck is just very good against creatures. And we just aren't really doing anything. Like, they've somehow, even though they double mulligan their Urza Sagas, and their hand was absolutely awful, they've still somehow managed to get their engine going, and this is just ridiculous. We just can't actually ever win. Wow. That's an embarrassing game. They have so much crap, it's behind my freaking ads. Let's do this for now. So ugly. I gotta work on my overlay stuff still. Alright, upkeep, draw. Yeah, we just have nothing. Draw Lightning Bolt. That was like probably the best possible draw, but I don't know if it matters or not, honestly. Kill the Shredder too. So we can bolt the Asmo. I guess dash Ragavan and just attack. Christ. Alright, bolt that. This is just 2 mana kill their manufacturer, which isn't that bad. That is a sick amount of resources. Alright, 3 cards left, 2 of which are Oval Chases. Now they can just like cast Oval Chase though, honestly. I don't know if we can beat the... Wait, what? It's a 1-3? Why did I think it was a 3-2? The text is so fucking small.
That's it. I'm going to clown college.
Yeah, I actually have no idea why I thought it was a 3-2. It just in my mind it was a 3-2. Alright, we're just dead. We're just gonna go next game. That sucked. That was a sucky game. I'm extremely disappointed that we lost that game. Alright. We are going to take a look at... It's funny, Tourach is actually pretty interesting against them because it just like gets freaking huge. Consumes All is kind of nice. Explosives is kind of nice. Magus the Moon plays because their Urza Sagas are so important. Hearse, push, Ob. I don't really love a lot of that. K Command's pretty good. Lightning Bolts. Fatal Push is kind of interesting also. There's a lot of cards you can bring in here, sure. A lot of cards. I'd say Liliana seems bad. Night's Whisper is unimpressive. Thoughtseize Malice, Bolt. Terminate is like just a lot worse than Fatal Push is. It is kind of cool. It's the red card and a black card, but K Command's good. Is Fable good or too slow? Maybe too slow. And then Dauthi Voidwalker is very good here. We got some good ones. We didn't necessarily draw super well there. Effectively have 22 lands. Maybe shaving a Spikefield Hazard is reasonable because the card's kind of bad against them. And then shave like... Is Kroxa any good? It's okay, I guess. Grief Fury, Pyromancer, Blood Moon. We're bringing in Magus, Consumes All, which is a little awkward, I guess, with our Ragavans and our Pyromancer tokens, but it does kill a lot of their stuff, so... Gotta cut one more card. Gotta cut one more card here. What is it going to be? Maybe it's Terminate. Just clunky. Let's try this. Let's try this. On the play. Alright, we are on the play. They have Gigantha once again. Get rid of this again. And we got 2 lands, Ragavan, Malice, Walker, Kroxa. This is good. We can keep this. No removal spell, but turn Ragavan turn to Voidwalker is pretty good. Voidwalker is obviously good against their graveyard stuff. They mulligan to 6. We can draw a Grief 4 Fury, that'd be nice. Undying Malice. Few take kindly to being put in their place, especially if their place is a grave. Bottom ball gets 5. Alright. Well, a Ragavan it is. Hey, buddy. Say go. See what they got going here. Polluted Delta. Crack. Gigantha the Wellspring. You love seeing Gigantha in the Dimir deck. You know, you just freaking love to see it. Freaking love to see it. Get Swamp. And play Springleaf Drum. Powerful. Alrighty then. Ooh, Thoughtseize. Good draw. Good draw. Go get him, buddy. Let's take a little looky-loo. What do we get here? We get a Manamo School at Water's Edge. So we're going to play Voidwalker and then I think Thoughtseize them. Little wombo combo. Here's Voidwalker. Here's a black. Thoughtseize ya. Hand is Emery, Asmo, Cookbook, or two cookbooks, and then is it. I mean, Asmo's the best card in their hand, but like a lot. Their hand's pretty freaking terrible, honestly. They can't really cast or do anything. They draw a land and cast Asmo. Yeah, we'll take Asmo. And we'll sync up. We have the Malice for the Ragavan. So they play Emery and try and block the Ragavan. We can just Malice it. Bring it back to 3-2. Powerful. They draw Odawara of a Soaring City. So that's going to be able to cast Emery. Weird they wouldn't cast Cookbook and then cast Emery, but sure. Emery's going to flip over nothing, so I have a Voidwalker in play. Ding!
Bingo!
They hit Oval Chase, Shredder, Time Sieve. And they're going to drum. Yeah, this is not the way you want to sequence this.
That's it. I'm going to clown college.
Cast the Cookbook first. What are you doing? And now you can't even block my Ragavan. Oh, man. All right, sure. All right, we got, what do we got here? Grief. Not any cards to take. Daredevil. All right, so we're just going to attack. And Ragavan hits Pithing Needle? That's gas. Sure. I think we're going to Agadeem's Awakening and probably just Kroxa the last card and then Needle them. They should discard the last card to Cookbook anyway, but whatever, it's fine. Yes, it's fine. So just Kroxa. Get your last card. They just F6. All right, they're just like not even interested in playing anymore. Play this as a land. Pay 3 a lot. All right, sure, whatever. Yeah, like the game's like not even close. So, all right, cool. Game 3. Game 3. Don't think I want to change anything. I think I'm happy. All right, game 3. I mean, sorry. Hand is not great. Opponent keeps 7. We have Rebirth. Turn 2 Thoughtseize off Rebirth land, which is kind of awkward. We have Explosives, which is pretty good for mopping things up, obviously. I think I got a mulligan here. I think his hand's just not good enough, though. We're going to mulligan. If I guess Thoughtseize on 1, I think I would keep, but we'll mulligan. Mulligan to Voidwalker, Grief, Bolt, Fury lands. We're going to keep this on the back of Voidwalker and Bolt. What are we going to pitch, though? Probably just a land, I guess. We're going to draw. Just pitch a land. Be a little greedy here. Be a little bit greedy. Dark Slick Shores. Underworld Cookbook. Sure. Alright, so untap and draw. Cool. So let's play Delta and say go. Ideally, they play Asmo, I guess, this turn. Hope they don't have Daredevil already. That would suck. Discarded Emery. Wow. Aggressive. Very aggressive. Discard Emery. Make a food. Play Delta. Huh. Go on. Tell me more. Swamp. Time Sieve. Going for the Time Sieve thing real fast here. Sure. That's fine. Got a long way to go as far as like taking infinite turns goes. Get Blood Crypt. Say go. Untap. Draw Voidwalker or play Voidwalker. Do Undying Malice. Really awkward because now we can go for the Grief thing, but we lose our Voidwalker. I think Voidwalker is more important. Even though they haven't done anything just yet with their graveyard, like breaking up the potential Cookbook combo as well as everything else, I think is more important than double griefing them right now. They only have 3 cards in hand, and their hand doesn't seem very good, to be totally honest. So we're just gonna swamp here, play Voidwalker, and say go. Now we're drawing any black card. Get a swamp, Voidja, and say go. 3 cards in hand. discard a Manufacturer. All right. I mean, if they have Land, Manufacturer, Cookbook, it's not enough to take infinite turns, so they've already discarded a Manufacturer, so alright, there's your Manufacturer. So they can Cookbook, discard the last card in their hand, which is Ephemerate. They can take an extra turn here, but then what? Like, they don't have enough material to make another turn. And then I get to untap and just kill their Manufacturer, so we'll see. See what happens. Of course, Time Sieve, if you're unfamiliar with this deck, is a 2-mana artifact, sack 5 artifacts, take an extra turn. So with Manufacturer, and if they have the loop going, they can take a whole bunch of turns, but again, they don't really have anything else going on. This is like an extra turn every other turn, but nothing else, so they're going to tap 2 and crack the clue, sure. And now, one way or another, we're going to kill this Manufacturer, whether it's Fury or whatever else. They have 1 card in hand. Again, Voidwalker's looking pretty good here. Hating on graveyards. Yeah, take the 1. You got me. Right here. Right here. Yeah? Yeah?
Yes, citizen.
Alright. Untap. And draw. Fatal Push. That is also a way to kill that. It's funny because, like, we do have Fury or Grief with Undying Malice, but, like, we don't really have a reason to do that just yet, honestly. I think we're just going to bolt this and play Mire and just say go. We could, like, just Fury just to get it in play with Undying Malice. It is a very fast clock. It'd be a 4/4 double striker, which is pretty impressive. Maybe just do that. Just go, like, let's pitch this. Make sure we stack it right, because we're actually doing the trick this time. And we want to do the Evoke, and then the thingy. Kill that first. And then we'll do the whole Undying Malice Trixies. So it dies, comes back tapped as a 4/4. You will decline to do the damage. And we got push up as well. So looking really, really good here. Really, really good. Kind of makes sense, honestly, to play a card like Malice over Ephemerate, because Ephemerate's almost too much. You don't really necessarily need the Ephemerate on turn 2 or 3 rebound. And adding a point of power and a point of toughness to this card is actually huge, because, like, a lot of the problems that the Grief decks had previously was they just didn't kill fast enough. You'd rip apart their hand, and then, like, 3 turns later, they would just draw out of it and kill you anyway. So, like the idea of this deck a lot. Got a black? Sure. Got a black? Sure. Nope, just kidding. Black off of the Dark Slick Shores. Bone Shards, discarding Oval Chase Daredevil to exile to kill my Voidwalker. Yeah, I mean, sure, that's fine. Now they just have nothing again. They lost their 4/2, obviously, even on the discard, which is cool, so we just untap and attack them twice and kill them. This is for 8 and then 8 again. And they have 0 cards in hand. We draw a Delta. We could hardcast Grief to, like, increase the clock, but it seems unnecessary. I'm just going to play a land and say go. This costs 4 to bring a creature back. Kind of crack the food and gain some life? Sure. I guess that does screw up the math on my Fury a little bit, but also lessens their resources too. So they should have actual nothing here. So hardcasting Grief also means we can't have a Revolt or Fatal Push too. So they cast an Emery or a Manufacturer or whatever. So tap 3/4. Oh, buy Gigantha? Sure. And Bone Shards the Fury. Alright, that was a pretty good rip. Sure, I guess. Alright, well, now we're down to no threats, which kind of sucks, but okay. Tap and draw Ragavan. Do we dash our buddy or I cast our buddy here? Dashing it isn't really that appealing, so I don't want to be locked into dashing it every turn. nor are we likely to hit a card that we like actively want to play. I'm just gonna cast it. So you go. So Gigantha's gone. Bone Shards for days. Once again, no cards in hand. Just drew a fresh card of return. They have very little going on. They have their graveyard back now, so draw another book? Sure. Alright, so untap and draw. Swamp, not so good, but sure, attack. Am I playing a Naked Grief here? No, wait! We draw Masmo. Can only be cast if I've discarded a spell this turn. I do not have a way to do that, so I guess we'll just cast Grief. Just get that clock going. And no cards to look at. Just say go. So what can they even draw? Like if they draw a Oval Chase here, they get to make a clue or make a food. But they can't really take a turn yet. I guess like they could take a turn next turn, but still like not the 5 artifacts they need to go infinite. So I think we're good here. I think we're good. One black in the pool. Unearth Manufacturer. That'd be scary if they had any cards in their hand, but they don't. So they're just gonna die. It's a 1/3. It's dead though. We'll crack, fetch a land, get a swamp, and push you. Just kidding.
Get off my plane.
Untap and draw Seasoned Pyromancer. Pretty good draw. No cards in hand. Attack. We get Watery Grave. Cast Pyromancer. Draw 2. Best Molder forever. Draw Kolaghan's Command. Fatal Push. Where should I draw step them? So say go. In their draw step, after they've drawn their card, we'll shock them and make them discard. We'll just kill Time Sieve, actually. Sure. Discard a card, kill Time Sieve. I doubt that they have any way out with this sequence of events, so. Unless we're playing some sort of Wrath. Cool. Alright, sweet. That was sweet. So, definitely, after a surprising game 1, honestly, I'm happy we took that match. It's pretty good. 1-0. Alright, round 2 on the play. And no companion for our opponent. We have pretty underwhelming hand here. Double Malice, Terminate, Awakening, nothing to blank, nothing to do. We're gonna mulligan here. It's not quite good enough. Not really a combo deck, but like definitely a bit of a synergy deck, more so than most mid-range decks. Now we have Blackcleave Cliffs, Rebirth, Pyromancer, Bolt, Night's Whisper. We can keep this. Keep this. We're ship Rebirth, I think. Keep his Pyromancers. And we'll just fire up turn on Rebirth as a land. So Mires, go. We have Whisper on turn 2 if we don't have anything to bolt. If we do everything to bolt, great. This will find us our 3rd land to get our Pyromancers going, which is nice. Breeding Pool. Alright, so Living End. Sure. Our evoke creature should be pretty good here. And they're going to grief me. Alright. Fine. See how it is. See how it is. This would be a pretty good matchup for us, I would think. We have a lot of... take the Night's Whisper. Damn you. Damn you. Alright, draw. Okay. I mean, Swamp's pretty bad because we can't cast Pyromancer, so probably looking at a tough one here. Mulligans and then the old Thoughtseize into some Garbo. And that's alright. Untap and draw Red Source? No. Gross. Gross. Alright. Misty Rainforest. Get a land. Cycle, yada, yada, yada. Probably just dead here. All of our evoke elementals should be pretty good here. So that's a good thing, I guess. Waker of Waves, yada, yada, yada. Little Artless Scry. They get to mill over a Grief and just cast Living End. We'll concede and go to game 2. I find the Cascade decks to be very kind of boring. Both Rhinos and Living End are just like Very, very, like, they should do the same exact thing every game, you know. Drop Voidwalker. You are a little late, my friend. You're a little late. All right, so we're just going to let them give our Cascade. We're not going to let them grief us. Just take a look at the cards. Force Negation main deck. And sure, we'll just concede. So, you got me. You got me. Good hand. Good hand. Good game. Good game. All right, so we're going to mulligan into some good stuff here. Some good stuff. We're going to bring in Chalice of the Void. We're going to bring in Unlicensed Hearse. And it's funny, Tourach is actually like pretty good against them. Whenever they cycle a card, it gets counter on, which is kind of sweet. It's also kind of reasonable clock, which is cool. Don't want Explosives, don't want Magus, don't want Consumes All. Don't want Ob, Push, Explode, yeah, sure. These are the cards we might bring in. I think Liliana's terrible. I think Blood Moon's like, I guess on the play it might be okay. Fable and Pyromancer are kind of cool. They can dump stuff in the graveyard, go to K-Command, get rid of his Lightning Bolts, I think. Terminate's not exactly the most exciting card either. Kroxa, it's cute. Malice, Thoughtseize, Fury, Grief. Might just shave a Terminate, honestly. Spikefield Hazard is also pretty bad. Maybe it's kind of one of our lands too, but like, you know. So you have Malice, Thoughtseize, Rebirth, Undying. You got some card draw. Voidwalker. Voidwalker's obviously great. Anyway, discard our fatties is great. Fury and Grief, putting them in the graveyard is good. Blood Moon's pretty good. Obviously, Hearse, Chalice are great. Tourach's fine. So I think I like this. I think we're fine here. We mulliganed a pretty bad hand to a pretty mopey hand that didn't pan out. We're fine. On the play. This hand's got Thoughtseize, Grief, Whisper, Voidwalker. We have the Voidwalker, we can't cast it yet, but we're going to keep this. We should have Thoughtseize on 1, and then potentially Whisper or Grief on 2. So, fire it up, see what happens. Thoughtseize will reveal Architects, Grief, Living End, Outburst. So basically the perfects again. Now the question is, do I want to take Grief or Outburst? We could take Grief and then pitch our own Grief to take Violent Outburst, leaving them with Living End and Architects of Will. And then, like, we gotta pitch the Voidwalker, or keep the Whisper, we can't. I don't know. That's not great. I think I just don't want to get griefed. Turn 3 Living End's not the end of the world here. I can always grief them. I can always grief them on the way back. So let's just take Grief here. Take Grief and say go. We can always grief them. We can Whisper here and draw some cards, which is nice. See what's up.
Bingo!
Hey.
Make a little noise here, huh?
Come on, I can't hear you.
Let's go. Cycle Wraith, cycle Architects. It's pretty good. Just played Island. So their hand is Tarn, Misty, End, Outburst, card. Zap and draw another Voidwalker. So that's a good griefer, I guess. So let's play a land and cast a Night's Whisper. And draw a Tourach and a Delta. I would say we're going to grief here pitching Tourach. Tourach's cute and all, but it does, of course, exile the card. We could wait one turn, I guess, because I can't Outburst next turn anyway. Actually, yeah, we'll wait a turn. Let's wait a turn. Just so you go. Let's see what's up. Let's see what's up. They have 3 creatures in the graveyard, so Living End is already good. So Voidwalker is almost like past the point of being viable. But we might want to play Fable next turn, just like start discarding creatures. They're Scalding Tarn. I mean, nope, Steam Vents. So they have Tarn, Misty. They shocked it in, too. It's kind of not cool, but sure. Untap and draw. Seasoned Pyromancer. Also not bad. I think I like Fable better, but let's start by griefing. Let's grief and discard, I think, a Voidwalker. I think we're almost past the point of Voidwalker being even reasonable. Tourach's a better creature to have in the graveyard, so let's grief. Just going to do this the old-fashioned way. Take a look at the hand. They're going to respond by Waker of Waving. And they ban a Spire Bluff Canal. Look at their hand. And it is double...
Somebody's playing a prank on me.
Sure, double Outburst. All right. So we're going to get rid of that. And I think we're dead. I think we've missed too much here, and they've hit too much. So basically perfect from our opponent. They found the second Cascade card. Their hand is Outburst, Breeding Pool, Tarn, Misty, Living End. We can Pyromancer discarding Voidwalker and Tourach to have some creatures in play when they do cast Living End, but now they actually have Waker of Waves as an actual threat, and they also get the Tourach us as well. We're probably just dead here, unfortunately, which kind of sucks, but we can draw Chalice, I guess, off of our Pyromancer, or another Grief, I guess. Is drawing another Grief worth keeping a black card in our hand? Probably, actually. Let's play Pyromancer. We'll discard Tourach and Fable and just try and draw a Grief or the one of Chalice the Void. Here we go. Come on, Grief. Come on, Chalice the Void. We got 4 hits here. How about Blood Moon Blackcleave Cliffs, huh? How about that? How about that? All right, we're dead. All right. Yeah, I mean, sure, whatever. They did their thing and they win. Like, Deck Sword just does its thing. There's a Misty, yada, yada, yada. Let us untap. I don't think that really matters. It doesn't matter, honestly. We have Tourach, Grief in the graveyard. They have a whole bunch more, though. Yeah, actually, I don't think we can actually beat a Resolve Living End here, so...
God, come on! Why are you gonna be like that, huh? I don't get mad. I get stabby.
Unbelievable. Unfreaking believable. 1 card down. Get out of here. All right. Killing me. You're killing me. 1-1. All right, round 3. We're on the draw. Hand's good. We can keep this. We got Ragavan, Fury, and Rebirth, Voidwalker. Pretty reasonable hand. Hopefully they're playing a creature deck. See Spire Bluff Canal? Probably not, but sure. I don't think Ragavan's long for this world, but it's okay. We're not going to try to be frisky here and like leave up Rebirth or anything like that, so... Lightning Bolt. Sure. Or Ragavan, just say go. Go, Monkey. On the off chance we survive, cool. If not, whatever. Consider in response. Bin Spire Bluff Canal and draw a card. Okay. Does Monkey live? Monkey see, Monkey do? Probably not. Nope, Monkey dead. Monkey real dead. It's funny because like we could save it if they kill it on our turn. I don't think that's worth it though. I think we might want to save it for Fury. We also have Voidwalker to cast too, which is pretty good. So yeah, we're just gonna attack here and let them kill it if they got it. No.
Inconceivable!
Hit Unholy Heat? Oh, you poor opponent. Oh. Don't you wish you had that one? Jeez. Holy moly. Alright. Here's a Voidwalker. I could have Counterspell here. That would make sense, I guess. So what else could they possibly have? They don't have a removal spell. Oh, they keep their hand, you know? Maybe we should have guessed, actually, because like, Counterspell feels really obvious. And there isn't much proactive. Yeah, you know, I think that's actually wrong. Like, they actually can't be anything but Counterspell here if they kept 7 cards. Because, like, what could they possibly have? They don't have a removal spell here. So, or a creature to play. So, like, all their hands, all lands, you know? So, and there's nothing proactive they can do with 2 mana. This is wrong. I should not have cast Voidwalker here. That was incorrect. Seems like really, really normal and like fine, but I think it's actually just really bad. So there's your heat. They're already up to getting close to Murktide range. A fetch line would cast Murktide, and it would be a 5/5, which is pretty annoying. But we can always Fury it and then bolt it. There's a Tarn. Monkey. Monkey. Shredder. Alright, there's Shredder. And they're just going to say go. Interesting. So we're going to untap, and then we're going to cast Lightning Bolt. Draw Terminate also. Sure. Let's fire out the bolt and see what happens. 4 cards in hand. Crack the fetch. Shock. Spell Pierce. I'll pay for it. Yeah. Okay. It's dead. Cool. Works for me. Here comes Ragavan. Another hit with Ragavan. Man, hitting a Ragavan's sweet. This like happens. It's like a thing people can do. We hit a salty, not so subtle, and we're just gonna play a tap line and say go. We could leave up Rebirth off the land for 2 life. It's not really worth it. We have the treasure here if we really want to use it. We really want to save Rebirth for Fury, I think. So here's a somewhat desperation iteration. This probably finds a kill spell for Ragavan. I think I might save it because now they're actually tapped out. So let's see what they do here. Is they find a Steam Vents. Steam Vents untapped down to 10. 2 mana 4. A Merc. A Merkin Turkey. Merkin Turkey. You know, it's if this is a Merkin Turkey, it's Thanksgiving. Get it? Because we're eating good tonight, huh?
Good lord.
Alright, so untap and draw another Ragavan. I'm just gonna terminate here. There's no Fury shenanigans I'm gonna do, so well, I guess like we could Fury twice here. Just like Fury, Rebirth it, deal 8 to this, put the Fury actually in play. I kinda like that actually. Pitch Ragavan. Let's just do that. Pitch Ragavan. Getting Fury in play for the clock's pretty nice too, so let's put this here. Put the damage there. The damage will resolve. We'll cast our Rebirth. Do the old Trickaroo. Dies. Comes back. Deal 4 more. Murktie's Murked. Aim with Ragavan. And we hit a Channeler. I'm in. Sign me up. Let's go, buddy. Terminates here. We have instant, creature. It's kind of a land, right? Yeah. Consider? Sure. So we're close to Delirium. Not quite there, but they consider. They been to Scalding Tarn. I'm just astounded this Ragavan's gone unopposed for like 5 turns. Just astounded. Alright, and tap 3 mana to Murktide again. Oh, they're going to be so mad. They're going to be so mad. Alright, we're going to untap and just cast Terminate. And their own Ragavan, sure. Alright, now we're gonna end to Terminate. We're gonna save mana here. So make a black, make a red, so you have mana to use. Terminate the Murktide. Terminate's been great. Actually be able to kill Murktide's sweet. Surveil. It's a Blood Moon. Put that one in the graveyard. That's an enchantment. That's a card type. That's a card type. Our cards have types. Untap and draw. Land. Undying Malice. I mean, they're just like, and they're almost dead. They're not quite dead, but they're almost dead. We're attacking them for putting them to 1. And then we can, I guess we're going to Malice the Ragavan. It's probably worth it. We have instant, enchantment, creature. Also, when we cast it, if we just hit a land, we just kill them with the thing too. So we have a good chance to just win the game on the spot here. All right. Surveil, hit a land. Hit a land. But I didn't get to. All right, that was really cool, but they did like just Ragavan should not go unopposed against them. Really, that was a little unlikely. So, what are we doing here? I would say we don't want Blood Moon. Don't want Blood Moon. I would say Night's Whisper on the draw is a little sketch. I think card's actually like pretty good, but Chalice not very good. Explosives. Consumes All. It's not really that great. Ob Nixilis, Tourach, Hearse. Fatal Push is certainly a nice one. It's kind of redundant on like Fury a little bit, honestly. I don't want to change much, to be totally honest. I kind of like pushes in for Blood Moons. Make sure we kill that Ragavan. As we're on the draw now, kill those Shredders. Hearse is interesting, but like they don't really use the graveyard that much, except for Murktide. We have pretty good Murktide answers. We have Liliana and Terminates. I think this is good. I'm pretty happy here. Pretty happy. All right. Well, we got the fix. We got the turn 1 mulligan to 6. We have turn 1 grief, whatever. Let's have Ragavan if we don't want to do grief on turn 1. We'll see what they do on their turn 1, honestly. Here's Spire Bloof Canal. Here's Channeler. All right, yeah, we're doing it. We're doing it. We're doing the thing. Here it comes. Thoughtseize. It's a little tempting to want to pitch the Thoughtseize and save the other Malice for Fury. I think that's what we're going to do. Because they're likely to play a second creature, in which case Fury just goes nuts. And we'll have a pretty good look at their hand as well. So I don't think we need the other Thoughtseize. We could always Malice the Ragavan too, worst case scenario. So let's grief, pitch Thoughtseize. Stack it the right way. Look at their hand. Their hand is Consider, Counterspell, Iteration. Not particularly scared of Counterspell. Iteration is fine, but not really actually that good. Because they can't play it next turn anyway. And we're going to have a 3-2 or a 4-3 Menace Grief in play. I think it's Counterspell. Iteration's good and all, but like I think we're like pretty far ahead here, and their window to cast Iteration is not really great because they can cast it next turn. So Undying Malice, do you have a trick? I have to do it again, duh. I forgot how good this was. My bad. Sorry. Hi, I'm Jim. Welcome to Modern. All right. We'll take Iteration over Consider, I think. Iteration is really bad next turn. Like, they can't cast it next turn. So they just have nothing to do next turn, but Consider's pretty mopey, so whatever. Take the Iteration. So they're in Snow Cover Down Consider. We have a 4-3 Menace in play. We're going to say go. We have the ability to Fury next turn as well. So ideally, they just go like Land Ledger Shredder here, which would be like the best thing in the world. But play the Island. Lightning Bolt the Grief. Off the top, sure. There's your Surveil. So they have Bolt. They have Sorcery, Instant. They keep the card on top. Okay. That's a little scary. You know what? I think I said, look at the discipline. Look at the discipline. Staying back, we can't even dash Ragavan. Wow. We draw Spikefield Hazard. It's kind of cute. Okay. So if I cast the Hazard and they like spike off Consider and the Surveil, it would live. So that's kind of risky. I don't want to do that necessarily. I literally have one card. I could also just Fury, pitch, Undying Malice, play Ragavan, say go into their actual nothing. I kind of like that, I guess. I'll just do the thing. I'll just freaking do it. We didn't come here to not do this, you know, like, pretty interesting low resource deck. Just pitch spells all day at a time. All right, so we're going to see a Consider in response. I'm not exactly sure why they're doing this in response, but they're going to bin the Ragavan. And Consider's going to resolve. This, like, doesn't really matter. They've been a bobble. They have Delirium, but it still just dies, so whatever. Worst case scenario would be that their exact top card they just drew is a Murktide. That would be the worst case scenario, but... Alright, so deal 4. Do the Undying Malice thing. That dies, comes back. Deal 4 to nothing. Play Ragavan and say go. So we have a 4-4 double striker, which is pretty nasty. And we have a Ragavan. It's 2 must-kill threats. They draw Iteration. Oh, yeah, that's perfect. All right, perfect. So they play a Murktide there. It's like a 7-7 or an 8-8. I guess we're still attacking with Fury, which is pretty good. We could just draw Terminate, but it would have been a little scary. But now I think the game is just over. So Iteration is great and all, but not when you're racing, you know, or you're on the board is the important part of the game. Snow Covered Island, sure. I don't see a way out here. Maybe we'll see. Not with 1 blue mana. Not unless Hydroblast is legal. Blood Crypt. Here, send him a clowns. Just 10 ball ya. Just a 2-turn clock with Ragavan going too. Ragavan reveals another Ragavan. I don't want that, but sure. Yeah, just there you go. Mismatch Ragavans. Gross. Alright, what do you got? This feels like a Murktide. Alright, so we have a 8/8 Murktide. That is the maximum. And oh wow. Oh, sick. Oh wait, but they exiled the cards. Alright, I also feel bad for my opponent. Probably could have sequenced that one a little bit better, and that we're going to lose. I mean, we might have lost this game, too. Honestly, we just drew a land, also. We actually might have lost this game. But, in for 8. Do I want to put them to 2? And attack Ragavan? Like, will they trade Murktide for... I don't think they're going to trade here. I mean, trade is great, too, I think, so. They're going to trade. Alright, sure. So, trade Fury for Murktide. We are empty-handed. You know, we are out of cards. They have 1 card. Our card is a little fragile. A little fragile. Alright, they play lands, they go. Alright, Ragavan. You gonna keep doing your thing here? Draw lightning bolts. Alright. I think we're getting through here. Alright. There you go. We draw their lightning bolt. Alright, upstairs. Your turn. Two cards. Bobble. Ooh, Bobble's a tough one. Bobble's a tough one. The old slow trip. Well, so now it can't be a blocker. It's got to be a removal spell. All right. They're at 5. I imagine there's some good draws here. Here's your Bobble. Draw your card. Untap. We draw. Thoughtseize. Just going to cast just going to Ragavan here. Not going to cast Thoughtseize just yet. And I think that will do it. All right, they're at 3. We hit Counterspell. I would love to counter their Counterspell. Delta, sure. Thoughtseize ya. Coast is clear. Bolt ya. Spell Pierce Fury. All right, cool. All right, get out of here.
Game.
All right, so obviously a pretty big misclick there on the Unholy Heat. We probably would have lost that game, honestly, given how our draws turned out too. To the 8/8 Murktide if they had misclicked, but whatever, we'll take it. All right, round 4, opponents mulligan to 6, and they are on the play. We've got 1 land. We got all the griefies, but no tricks. So we're gonna mulligan here. Just hand's just not good, of course. So we're gonna mulligan. Can't risk the 1-lander, and mulligan into. It's okay. No red sources. We have a Thoughtseize and a Fury, and I'm not really thrilled about this hand. Opponent keeps 6. I don't think we can mulligan this, unfortunately. It's not very good, but can just kind of trust we're going to draw a red source and kind of go from there. We do have like ways to, to buy time. Even pitch Fury, even if I draw a red source. I'm going to keep this. I don't love it. I'm not very happy. And then we're going to ship. It's not just Pyromancer is our best card, but it's funny. The second black source is actually like almost irrelevant. I feel like I could see just like getting rid of Awakening, even though it's our only. It puts down to a 1-lander, but like, what is the second black land doing for us? It's casting like Blood Moon, Fable. I guess we draw a Voidwalker. I guess there are things to cast. I was looking at this Pyromancer and being really sad about things, but I'm gonna take the Terminate out. I think it's Lightning Bolt. Yeah, I'll take a Lightning Bolt. Sure. All right. So hopefully our hand pans out. It's definitely not particularly great. We have 1 good kill spell. We have a good threat if we can draw some red sources. It's obviously good on a low resource hand too, because we're empty our hand, draw some cards. I like this card a lot. This card's fun. We got a weird looking Wooded Foothills. What art is that? And I guess we are going to sick. Draw Blackcleave Cliffs and be super happy about it.
Bingo!
Thoughtseize ya. What do you got? Fury, Lightning Bolt. A right in 6, Riveteer's Charm. So, both of our hands are pretty bad. We'll happily take Ren here, and that turns off their ability to cast their spells, basically. And we get to say go. Riveteer's Charm is a interesting, but, I don't know, okay card. Fury and Bolt are kind of whatever. Pretty happy we kept Terminate here over Bolt, which is nice. Still working towards our second red source, but whatever. No Triumph, just Blood Crypt. Make a note of that for game 2. Ren and 6. Uh-oh. Inquisition of Kozilek. Not cool. Alright, well. Now we're doing one of those both players have awful hands kind of games. And I imagine they take Pyromancer here. It seems like the only reasonable card to take. Maybe yes, maybe no. Who knows? Who knows? Man, no Twitch chat, just you and me, YouTube. Hi. Hi. Hello there. Take Pyromancer. Wow, okay. Makes sense. Stomping Ground tap, sure. They have Fury, Bolt, Charm. Alright, so we untap and we draw. We draw Grief. Not really excited about Grief here. This is a land, just say go. Definitely planning on hard casting Grief here. It's going to be a kind of a grindy, hard casty matchup. But luckily they made the elementals like pretty reasonable to cast. So thanks Wizards for that. Appreciate that. Charm can draw some cards, but it is a very, very awkward draw spell. They draw lands. They have foothills now. What's our best draw here? What's our best draw? Voidwalker dies to Bolt. Am I okay just like giving them the Voidwalker for the Bolt? And kind of paving the way for Grief and Fury? That's fine, I think, honestly. I don't think Voidwalker's like great here or anything. Just play Voidwalker, it'll eat a Bolt. They fetch a land, they're in the Fury Charm. We can Grief them, hopefully, before they can cast Fury. So that's pretty nice. They might just end step Riveteer's Charm here. Riveteer's Charm exiles top 3, and you can play them until the end of your next turn. So, like, they can end step, reveal top 3, and they can play them cool. If they can't, they lose them, so we'll see. You know, definitely a pretty high variance spell. Can easily hit 3 lands and do nothing, or it can, you know, hit 3 very cheap spells and work. They're going to go for it. And they reveal a Liliana of the Veil, a Kroxa, and a Thoughtseize. So pretty freaking good. Just 3 gassy spells, which sucks, but whatever, I guess. Can't play all 3 of them, but that is quite good. That is quite good. We have the Voidwalker in play, so they can't Kroxa safely without killing Voidwalker first, and then they can't Thoughtseize us once they drew a land. So they're going to bolt the Voidwalker. All right. And they're going to Kroxa? They're going to Kroxa, all right. We discard what? Because this is super awkward because we want to Grief their Fury. And our Fury doesn't really do. I got to keep Terminate here, I think. Unfortunately. We got to kill our Kroxa when they play it. So you go land Grief. That's the 4th card. I don't have lands yet. Oh, this is so tough. All right, they have... Their hand is... They already cast a Charm. Already cast a Bolt. So their hand is Fury and 1 other card. If that card's a land, I think it Thoughtseize. That really sucks, but I'm going to discard Fury. Discard Fury. Huh! Well, that wasn't a land, but some would say it was better. Nice mountains you got there. Nice mountains you got there. So their hand is... They can cast Fury, obviously, so it's not like they're unable to cast spells, but it does make casting Grief pretty hard. But I can always pitch Grief, or pitch cast Grief on turning out to kill the Fury, but we'll see. It's going to be an interesting game now. Now they are crippled as far as casting spells. Nice Whisper is a phenomenal draw. Love that. Draw 2. Liliana of the Veil and Ragavan. Alright, so I think we're going to actually just pitch Liliana to Grief and just Grief them, because it's very unlikely we draw one of our other 2 swamps to cast Grief, And Liliana's not being casted either, and we want to make this Ragavan through, so let's do this. Ship Lily, Griefia. And their hand is Bloodbraid Elf, Fury, Liliana the Veil. So we'll take the Fury. Another hand is uncastable. And play Ragavan. Good old freaking Blood Moon, you know? Sometimes you just gotta ruin people's day. Just gotta ruin people's day. Don't draw Forest, please. Just Forest, Bloodbraid Elf. Ah, Unholy Heat. Come on. Alright. Oh, never mind, we're good. Here's Pyromancer. Do the thing. Discard Terminate, whatever. Discard Terminate. Draw 2. Oh, the other Swamp? So lucky. Alright, let's play that. Let's say go. We're gonna play it, in case they have some sort of, like, I don't even know, just whatever, just gonna play it. We have Pyromancer in the graveyard next turn also. Oh, another mountain, cool. Alright, so Pyromancer for days. We draw Fury too. Oh, we're just killing it now. And our draws are so good that we didn't even need Blood Moon. I guess they were going to Kroxa, so you probably did. We had Terminate though, so. So go, ends the Pyromancer. We have Fury. Game's over. Pretty sure. If I draw their own Fury. Fury is so dumb. A dumb card. Here's the tokens. Untap. Thoughtseize. Well, we ain't casting Fury, so. We could cast it. I mean, let's see. This is for 5. Fury would be lethal next turn if we just cast Fury, but then if we go land and cast their own Fury or something like that, so let's cast Thoughtseize. We can win over 2 turns. I'm on a huge rush. K command, Bloodbraid Elf, Liliana. Probably like 1 Forest, 1 Swamp. Take the Bloodbraid Elf. So go. They go Swamp K command here. Get back Fury. That'd be actually, maybe I made us wrong. They play their own Pyromancer? Oh no. Oh no. Fury. Don't do it. Don't do it. What do they got? Those cards are gone. Play a mountain.
Don't do this. Please, don't do this. Get up. Let's get up. Don't do it. Man, don't do it. No, don't do it. Think of your family. Think of your fans. Think of everybody. You got the kid on the house.
2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3 into the 4. And kill your stuff. Deck you. Coming in. It's funny because I think we're going to board out Blood Moon because they're going to play around it, obviously. And then like they just have a bunch of red cards too. So down to 3, so they go hold our land for whatever. I'm not sure what, but something. All right, so they're like, and they're also playing Fury. They're kind of like classic Jund, honestly. It's like Bloodbraid Elf and stuff. Cool. We like that. We like that. Punk them out. Blood Moon all day. All right, so we're going to bring in what? So they're playing Fury, Pyromancer, Bloodbraid Elf. That's some crazy stuff there. Are they playing Tarmogoyf? Like, are they playing like super old school? Are they playing Ragavan? I mean, I didn't see a lot of cards in that game. It's kind of a weird game. I definitely want to cut Blood Moon because aside from the fact I think it's like not necessarily super effective against them, they're gonna play around it pretty hard after that game for sure. Explosives is pretty awkward. Ob Nixilis is not particularly great. Tourach's alright. I mean, like, just like double Mind Rot's not too bad. It's kind of like our own version of Bloodbraid Elf. Fatal Push. It's okay. I think this is fine, honestly. Let's run it back. See what's up. Alright, so game 2 on the draw. Opponent keeps 7. Our hand is, it's fine. We can keep this. Obviously, drawing Mountain Voidwalker is a little awkward, but we can keep. I wonder if they actually play at Urborg. They are playing a Proving Ground. Why did they fetch that then? What? What's going on? Alright, sure, whatever. Fury. Okay. Mire go. Proving ground. Prove yourself, mortal. Prepare for mortal combat. Go fetch a duel. They are playing Tarmogoyf. The old naked Goyf. I guess I want to kill this actually, so I'm going to fetch a duel on tap now. Yeah, we should bolt this. Get Blood Crypt. Shock it in. Not often you get to bolt a Tarmogoyf, but it feels pretty good. You get to untap and draw. Not a black lens. We'll just play Nice Whisper, do our thing. Nice little draw two here. There we go. We have Awakening and Cliffs, so we got some stuff to do next turn. We are maybe casting Voidwalker. Pyromancer, I'm not like thrilled about like discarding spells too, so discarding Awakening's pretty good though. We could like discard like Awakening Fury, but I think hard casting Fury is definitely kind of on our radar a little bit, so. Next Glyph's a 4/5. Just freaking Boomer Jund here. Alright, they got the 5. They have 5 cards in hand, 3 mana up. It's interesting. We draw Lightning Bolt. I'm gonna discard Awakening and Lightning Bolt here and just like spread the love. Just cast Pyromancer. Bolt and Awakening are both pretty whatever, and just get our game on here. Want to play a card they don't really want to play a kill spell on, so play Voidwalker if it's killed probably. So start Awakening and Bolts and draw Grief and Fury. Okay, that is a lot of elementals. So not unhappy to draw land here at all. End step. Bolt. Yeah, that's great. Great exchange. So now we're up 2 cards there, and then 2 cards on Pyromancer. I guess a card. I would count 2 tokens as 1 card, so. Tap 3 for Liliana of the Veil. Not so good into elemental tokens. They're going to play it. And they're not going to use it, which I find interesting. Okay. We draw Delta. Let's get an idea what's going on here, please. Get a Swamp, cast Grief. Get a Swamp, cast Grief. Get a Swamp, cast Grief.
Pop quiz, hot shot.
Griefia. A Griefia. Give our opponent a little grief here. Okay. And we look at the hand and we see... Whoa. Assassin's Trophy. Obsidian Charmaw. Seasoned Pyromancer. And Crime Punishment. Destroy each artifact, creature, and enchantment with mana value X. All of these cards are terrible. I guess it's Pyromancer. Like, Charmaw is just awful. Assassin's Trophy is pretty awful. And then this thing can't really kill. And I guess if we like played Voidwalker, they could kill this and the tokens. But whatever, take Pyromancer. So that is some hand they have there. They have both punishment and crime. And we're going to attack Liliana for 2. So now they can't like punishment away with tokens, then make me Edict. I mean, then our hand is just, like, ridiculous. So. Hello? Sorry. Apologize. Alright. Attack step. Attack Liliana. Attack Liliana. Do the thing. F6. Do your thing. While waiting for our opponent, I'll remind you. That's right. You, fine viewer. I'm talking directly to you. I'm looking right into your eyes. Hi. How you doing? Take a second. Like the video. Leave a comment. Of course, trying to do some more My Magic Online content as well. My content's been all over the place for the last few weeks because my ISP has been basically just screwing me as hard as possible. My upload speed is basically nothing, and I can't stream. I'm able to upload YouTube videos slowly because that's what we're doing right now. So still not live on stream. Appreciate your support as always. Take a half a second, like the video, leave a comment, subscribe. Tell me you think this deck is cool or it sucks or whatever you got to say. Just fire a comment in. Take a half second to like the video. If you do for every video, it's super, super helpful. And of course, sub a channel. We got tons of content here. Got the Bronze and Mythic channel. Dominar United is coming up. So 2 mana to kill 2 tokens. Sure. That puts them down to Assassin's Trophy and Charmaw. If they are to plus Liliana, they drew a Bolt. That was actually a pretty sick draw, but sure. Now they have Charmaw Trophy. They plus Liliana, which hopefully cast a... if I'm just going to discard a Fury here, I guess. We have a million of them, so... Ideally, we draw a land here and get to cast Fury. We draw Pyromancer. If I play Voidwalker, they can just minus Liliana to kill it. But I guess who cares? I'm just so flush of resources, so... Here's Voidwalker, just say go. Like, pretty juiced up. Pretty juiced up. Plus Lily again. Honestly, not exactly sure what I'll discard. Assassin's Trophy is so bad. Like, it is astounding to me how bad of a card Assassin's Trophy is. It is obviously very flexible, but giving your opponent an untapped land is such a monumental drawback that I just think it's like a card you should literally almost never put in your deck unless you have a really, really, really specific reason for doing so. And I was totally wrong about it at first. When I first saw Assassin's Trophy, I was like, oh yeah, this card's busted. This is the best removal spell, since forever. But I was just so wrong. You just can't give your opponent resources. They're going to play Kroxa. Alright, so they discarded Charmaw last turn. I actually missed that because they were just yoking around. I'm going to discard Terminate, I guess. I guess they can Kroxa in theory, so maybe I want to keep a Terminate in my hand. I mean, Pyromancer is super awkward because, like, we don't really want to discard any of the cards in our hand. We already have one in the graveyard, though. I don't want to discard Fury either because I'm not casting Pyromancer regardless. Discard Pyromancer, whatever. Kind of need to draw land here, but... Alright, so it is Assassin's Trophy versus Fury, Terminate, double Pyromancer in the graveyard. We draw a land that comes in tapped. Ah, come on. Why you gotta do this to me? Alright, so play Cliffs, they go. If they rip the land and play Kroxa, we just terminate it and keep a Fury in our hand. We still have double Pyromancer, so... They have their own Pyromancer too, but... Freaking Boomer Jund. Boomering it up over here. Nothing. Nothing. Alright, we draw a Swamp. Obviously now we draw a Swamp. So we'll hold on to that because we don't need the 6th mana. And we'll just say go Pyromancer up. And just gonna chill, I guess. I'm not casting Fury for no value, so it's fine. We have Terminate for Kroxa. We have a card to discard for Kroxa now. It's all good. It's all good. End step Jund Charm? Alright. Exile top 3. They're going to exile Kroxa, Bloodbraid, Tarmogoyf. So this is what I was saying about the charm here, where like that looks really good, but they can't actually cast anything. So they can cast one of these. So it's basically just draw a card, which honestly isn't particularly good. They draw a land, and they want to go Kroxa, make me discard, and then play Tarmogoyf. They could do that. Goyf is going to be a... Let's see how big it is. A 4/5, just big enough to survive a Fury hit, unfortunately. Feel like they're going to Bloodbraid Elf. Oh, they have a Forest, but they can't freaking cast Kroxa. This is where Twitch chat really helps out. Because Twitch chat's like, yo, Jim, you're an idiot. They can't cast Kroxa. They have a Forest in play. So they're miles from casting Kroxa. Now they're closer now, obviously, but... So... Alright. They play Goyf here. We're going to terminate it. Just go from there. Sucks you can't Fury it, but... I guess, honestly, they might like... If they Goyf, block a token, and then we just kill it with Fury. But we'll see. We'll see what they do. What are you gonna do? They're gonna take their time here and really think this through. So we'll see what's up. I want to remind y'all, folks, I got a new freaking sponsor. All right, I'm now an Elgato partner, and I'm so freaking happy about it. Their gear's the best. And check it out. I have like 9 stream decks. I have their camera, I have their key lights. Best stuff ever. Links in the YouTube description. Elgato's the best. Check them out. You do streaming, or you're just on your computer a lot. I think a stream deck is a thing that everyone should have on every computer, period. Streaming or not. Just a good input device in general. So check it out. Elgato partner. Let's go. Here's Kroxa off of the Jund Charm. So they're going to Kroxa and then Bloodbraid Elf. I mean Tarmogoyf. Sure. Take a little sip of my drink here. Alright, I will discard a swamp and take some damage. I'm taking damage. Bullseye. Alright, goodbye Kroxa. Hello Tarmogoyf. Hello. And Bloodbraid Elf is gone. The hand's still Assassin's Trophy. Got some tokens. Are they going to block is the big question. What do you think? Are they going to block or not? Take a second and pause. Pause the video, scroll down to the YouTube comments. Type in block or no block. What are they going to do? What do you think? What do you think? We're sending. It's a super obvious Fury, but... I mean, we actually drew Undying Malice. We can actually, like, we could have Fury twice here and killed the Goyf, but I kind of like this, actually. They're going to block. All right, cool. So this works great for us. You'd love to see it. Let's just do the whole Fury thing. So Furyful. So Furyful. There you go, buddy. Finish that thing off. Tell Tarmogoyf that their day in the sun is done. It's the Elemental's time to shine. Take this Boomer card crap out of here. They draw a land. They can Kroxa now. And now the question is, do I want to... I guess I gotta... I'll probably just discard Undying Malice. So just keep Terminate and Fury. This is fun. Yes, they Kroxa, whatever. They can Kroxa again, I guess. But at that point, it'll probably be too late. Alright, so here's your Kroxa. We discard Undying Malice. Kroxa. Discard Undying Malice. It's there. It's there to stay. There it is. Kroxa. Not quite Uro, but untap and draw a... Ooh.
Bingo!
Alright, take that one out. We dashing. We dashing. Imagine they have a good number of 2s in their deck, so also damage is very relevant. This is 6, 7, 8, 9. Puts them at 2. Effectively 1. Then I want to tap their Peterland again. Here we come. Hold on, here we come. Take some damage. Ragavan down to 2. Top card Bolt. Hey! I'm sorry I talked trash about you, Tarmogoyf, alright? You can come play for my team. Alright, you can come play for my team. It's your turn. I'm sorry I was mean. I didn't mean to say mean. I like Tarmogoyf. I'm very happy Tarmogoyf's in Historic now. Alright? Me and Tarmogoyf are buddies. So they are super dead. I can't imagine a single out here. Because even if they were to rat the board somehow, we just have this Ragavan in play for the little dashy poo. We got Pyromancer in the bin. Alright, there we go. Sweet. Alright, 3-1. Alright, round 5. We are on the play. And our hand is not very good, but we have a Blood Moon. Blood Moon on the play is obviously pretty good. We have removal spell which we mop up. I'm gonna keep this. This is, I think on the draw, I'd probably mulligan this because Blood Moon is not going to draw, but. And they are. Oh my god. Nice Blood Moon idiot.
Now his failure is complete.
Okay, sure, that's fine. Whatever. So opponent's playing Belcher. So our Blood Moon is effectively worthless. And our hand's effectively worthless. So they mulligan to 6. We are 100% dead. Unless you draw like exactly Grief or Thoughtseize, I guess. We'll play Hazard as a land, I guess, and just say go. That was actually bad. If I draw Voidwalker, I can't play Voidwalker now. That's not bad. I don't know. Yeah, Blood Moon will actually do nothing here. All right. No Voidwalker for the punishment? Sure. I'm just going to play... I guess I'm going to cast Blood Moon. I don't even know what this deck freaking plays. This would just let their lands come in untapped, right? Which is just like it's like actively just bad. Yeah, whatever. All right, sure. Play this and say go. I mean, we have almost no chance to win here. Once we board and like now we know what we're playing against, so you can be a little more aggressive with our mulligans and stuff. But strike it rich, sure. Few coins soon grow into an obsession. Obsession. Kroxa. I mean, I don't think Kroxa does very much here, but sure. Maybe they need all 5 cards in their hand to go off. Probably not the case, but probably just going to play Ironcrag and Beltros next turn, but discard a Valakut Awakening. We play Bloodstained Mire, we say go, and probably die. Very polarized match, of course. Belcher is just kind of that kind of deck. All right, they can't play Ironcrag here. Let's say a Ritual. All right, there's a Ritual. And an Ironcrag and a Belcher. Just going to play Belcher. Man, if only we had that one Kolaghan's Command. Let's draw Kolaghan's Command, please. All right, here we go. We have one out here. I believe it's Kolaghan's Command or Bust. Right? Able Fury, Kolaghan's Command, Grief. Yep, that's it. That's the one. We're on the one-outer. The actual one-outer. Here we go. Kolaghan's Command. For not dying. Just kidding. Just kidding. All right, so we'll let them kill us, obviously, so we can see their entire deck. And we'll go to game 2. I mean, obviously they were playing creatures, our hand was pretty good, but the mono-red combo deck that plays 0 creatures, the old 3-kill spell, Blood Moon hand's not going to be that good, so... People scanning goes off. They reveal their deck. Let's take a look. They obviously have no lands in their deck. Unfamiliar with the deck. And take a look at what they got here. They got Offer You Can't Refuse as a 1/of, 1 Pact Negation. Across the Paths. Yeah, nothing crazy here. Just looks pretty normal. Yeah. So, we're going to bring in some cards. We're going to bring in our... I don't actually have like a ton of cards against them, honestly. Explosives can kill their treasures. It's not really that good. We're just like mulliganing to Thoughtseize or Grief Undying. So like I would say Blood Moon just has to come out regardless. I could see Ob coming in. It's also just like a multicolored permanent. So like it's just just makes our Griefs more reliable. Tourach. Turn 4 Tourach on the play is like kind of reasonable. Fury's awful because they have nothing to Fury really. K-Command's fine. Liliana's fine. These Terminates are bad. Yeah, we got a lot of misses here. I mean, Fury's still like a clock, I guess, if you just like pop it out there on turn 1. Consumes All would hit treasures. That's really it. Magus the Moon, Hearse. Chalice don't do much. Push don't do much. Yeah, I guess Fury's just back in. Alright, sure. I guess the one draw Terminate has is just a black card for Grief. But alright, yeah, this is just a a lot of our cards don't matter. It's just like Can we have a decent draw with a Thoughtseize or two? And, you know, if we get to Grief of Undying, then we probably just win. If we don't, we're just going to lose. So now we have that knowledge in our keeps. This one is... So turn 1 unopposed Ragavan into possible turn 2 Kolaghan's Command. Kolaghan's Command can make them discard a card and shatter an artifact if they're playing Pentad Prism or Strike It Rich. Oh, on 6, I would definitely keep this. It's funny because if Ragavan like drew cards, like taking cards off their deck is like, it's funny because if we do just hit their like, you know, Reforge the Soul or whatever or something like that, we could like make part of their like combo not work. It's kind of a little lucky though. Oh boy, what do we do here? What do we do here? This hand. Pretty good. I mean, Turn Ragavan's like, basically we want Turn Ragavan and then Thoughtseizes. So we're drawing to 4 Grief, 3 Thoughtseize. Again, K Command is pretty good. You know, Stone Rain, discard a card is pretty sweet. I'm going to mulligan though. This isn't good enough. This does feel pretty nice, but we just have 5 lands and we're just mulligan. On 6, I would keep this. On 7, we can do better, I think. Let's mulligan. Mulligan to Voidwalker, Hazard, Pyromancer. And they keep 7. This hand is also not very good. They're going to freaking turn 1 Ley on us anyway. Yeah, Woodwalker doesn't actually do anything. Alright, I'm going to look again. Oh my god, you're killing me here. Well, now we have a Grief, but we have actual nothing else. Alright, whatever, I guess. I think we're just dead. Get rid of a Tourach. And I guess a Voidwalker. And they have Leyland anyway. Alright. Whatever, I guess. Sure. Belcher gonna belch. Alright, we're just dead. I wish I kept that first hand now. Yeah, I mean, if they ever keep 7 with a Leyline, we can literally never win the game. So they have to have a functional, good 7-card hand with a Leyline. But if they do, we just literally can't win. So, whatever, I guess. You got me. Get Blood Crypts. Yeah, no way we can ever win this game. Target opponent. Oh, there's Ragavan. All right, yeah, just not a single chance in the world. All right, that sucks. League was going pretty well, but sometimes you get belched, I guess. I guess Belcher existing in the format's not a terrible thing. It's not like particularly great, but keeps people honest. Keeps people honest. I hate ley lines so much though. I'm such a non-fan of ley lines. They're very, very swingy. An already, you know, pretty finicky deck as far as like needing all the right pieces. Just like adding another piece to that equation that's like dead if you draw it. But obviously we wish I'd die on turn 3 here, so Grief again. Just can't target them. Can't remove Leyline. Just can't do anything. Sometimes you gotta wonder. You know, you really gotta take a second and wonder. You gotta think to yourself, what's it like to have it all? Like all of it. Like every single bit. Not even a little bit. Not even a tiny bit. All of it. The entire pie. You have your cake, eat it too. You have a Leyline, a 7-card hand that goes off on turn 3, and even the removal spell for Ragavan. It didn't matter. They didn't need to get Ragavan there, you know, but Ritual, Manamorphose, Iron Crag Feet, and Belcher. And C'est La Vie. Sure, whatever, you got me. Alright, so we go 3 and 2. Deck's pretty sweet though. Definitely kind of cool. It's definitely a little higher variance than your typical like mid-range deck. But it's kind of a nice thing. And honestly, you know, I'm testing this for Jay. My buddy Jay doesn't play much Magic anymore. But love dragging him out for he's very, very, very good player. Was, you know, my Pro Tour buddy back in the day. Doesn't play a ton anymore. He loves Thoughtseize decks, and I'd rather give him a deck with a little higher variance curve. And I think that if you feel like you're a little behind, you want to play a deck that's a little more high variance. If you think you're ahead as far as play skill goes, we want to play that gets a little more even. So it seems perfect. Good quality mid-range deck with a lot of high variance upside, which is great too. So deck's cool. This is the kind of the new deck in the format, and I'm impressed. I know we went 3-2, obviously, but the Belcher loss is kind of whatever. And then we lost to, I forgot already. It's a long time ago. All right. YouTube folks, love you. Like, comment, subscribe. And thanks for watching. Appreciate it. You're all great. Have a good one.